Top stories tonight. Muslims faithful in Nigeria joins rest of the world to observe Eid al-Fitr. President Muhammadu Buhari calls for understanding, support and cooperation of Nigerians as law enforcement agencies intensify efforts at securing the country more effectively. Plus, update on the world of sports. Hello, thank you for joining us on NTA Abeokuta Channel 12 News. My name is Ayala Baluku. Now the news in full. Muslim faithful across Nigeria have joined their counterparts the world over in observing Eid al-Fitr, marking the end of a month-long Ramadan fast. President Muhammadu Buhari, who worshipped at his official residence in Abuja, called for understanding, support and cooperation of Nigerians as law enforcement agencies intensify efforts at securing the country more effectively. State House correspondent Damu Sambo has details.
Another moment of thanksgiving to Allah as the journey of faith, sacrifice, obedience, and spiritual reawakening lasting 30 days comes to an end. But in line with the dictates of the COVID-19 safety protocols, major Eid grounds were avoided as worshipping is restricted to the neighborhood and indeed family units. And in demonstration of leadership by example, President Muhammadu Buhari worshipped at the forecourt of the seat of government alongside the First Lady Aisha Muhammadu Buhari and the immediate family members. Senate President Ahmed Lawan, Speaker Femi Bajabiamila, few ministers and service chiefs were also in attendance. The chief imam of the State House Masjid, Sheikh Abdul Wahid Suleiman, who led the 2 Rak'at prayers, thanked Allah for his guidance, protection and mercies during the blessed month and prayed fervently for an end to the various challenges bedeviling the country. Muslims, he however said, must genuinely repent from sinful acts and ensure that great virtues and values of peace, love, forgiveness, tolerance and charity imbibed during the holy month are never discarded. Special prayers were also offered for national unity, stability, as well as sustainable growth and development of the country. President Muhammadu Buhari, who spoke to NTA News shortly after, reassured Nigerians that the government is committed to restoring peace, law and order across Nigeria.
We understand the problem. We are going by the constitution. We are doing our best with the resources available and the manpower available to us. We are working very hard, and I think the National Assembly is cooperating very well.
Senate President Ahmed Lawan, who also spoke to newsmen, harped on the need for Nigerians to bury their differences and make concerted efforts towards achieving unity and stability.
The president is reaching out to all the stakeholders, and I believe that as leaders, particularly those of us that are elected at all levels of government, we should avoid partisanship, we should avoid regionalism.
Truth be told, we all have equal shares in the blame in whatever challenges we have. Must all come together to make sure that we resolve whatever issues. It is that spirit of oneness and that spirit of togetherness and unity.
In the meantime, the presidency has announced that President Muhammadu Buhari will not be receiving guests on Salah homage as he planned a modest celebration. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Similarly, Nigeria's First Lady, Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, has emphasized the need for parents to pull all efforts towards guiding and protecting their children against all kinds of abuse and other social vices, to complementing government towards providing safe and secured environment. The First Lady stated this in an interview shortly after the completion of Eid al-Fitr prayer at the State House, Abuja. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir reports. Moving ahead now, Muslim faithful in Ogun State have joined their counterparts in the world to observe 2 Rakat Eid al-Fitr prayer to terminate this year's 30-day Ramadan fast. The chief imam of Egbaland, Alhaji Sadala Bangbola, led the prayer. Yemi Dalimo was there.
The chief imam of Egbaland, Alhaji Sahadala Bangbola, shortly after the 2 Raka prayer, told the gathering to continue in the act of true worship to Almighty Allah, which they upheld during the holy month, and cautioned them not to stop giving out charity to the poor as ordained by Allah for the needy to have a sense of belonging. He advised the faithful to abide by the precepts of Allah and His Prophet Muhammad for abundant benefits. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun, in his message through his Chief of Staff, Alhaji Shuaib Salisu, pleaded with Muslims not to relent in praying for the unity, peace, and harmony in Nigeria.
We're able to exercise some discipline, some restraint. If I have to do this for 1 month, why can't we do so for the rest of the year, particularly at the point in time in our country where everybody needs to demonstrate some level of discipline, some level of restraint, particularly in the face of challenges that we have. The month of Ramadan is a month of training, rekitting, and retooling, both spiritually and for the socio-economic development of our country.
From other Eid prayers in Abeokuta, Muslims were seen wearing different attires in appreciation to God for witnessing the prayers. Clerics stressed the need for Muslim faithful to restrain from going back to the attitudes they avoided during the fasting period and intensify prayers for a new Nigeria devoid of ethnicity, insecurity, and other societal ills. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
In like manner, Muslim faithful in Imekwafon area of Ogun State, like their counterparts across the world, converged on Apata Eid praying ground to observe this year's Eid al-Fitr with a call on Muslims to continue to live with a culture of perseverance, tolerance, good neighborliness, kindness, and charity taught by Ramadan fast. Correspondent Tokwe Alabi reports.
This religious festival marks the completion of the month-long dawn-to-dusk fasting of Ramadan. Muslims worldwide celebrate this day in the month of Shawwal. Feast of Breaking Fasts, or Eid al-Fitr, also known as Eid al-Asghar or Lesser Eid, has a certain Islamic prayer that is usually performed in congregation in an open field or large hall. Muslims in Imekwafon converged on Apata Eid praying ground to observe the 2 Rakat prayer. The chief imam of Imekoland, Alhaji Abdul Karim, in his sermon enjoined the congregation not to return to their old and sinful acts which fasting has made them changed, saying the goal of Ramadan is to provide a platform for individual rebirth and spiritual rejuvenation.
We need those things even a lot more now, given what is happening in our country. It is not the responsibility of governments only. Every one of us has a role to play to ensure that our environment gets more secured. Role to play in the area of prayers, role to play in the area of being vigilant.
There are a lot of people outside there that doesn't have anything to eat, neither they have money to buy. So as they are suffering, we all Muslims know how that agony is embodied.
We don't stop what we have been doing during Ramadan, because God said we should observe 5 times in prayer, then we should be able to do necessary things that accomplish our goodness to God.
While Eid al-Fitr stands for expressing gratitude to Almighty Allah for a successful completion of Ramadan fast, Muslims are expected to live by the lessons of the month for a fruitful and rewarding life. In Imeko, Tokwe Alabi, NTA News.
For the blessings of the holy month of Ramadan to be replicated in the remaining months of the year, Muslims have been implored to sustain the pious lifestyle of Ramadan. The chief imam of Ijabuland, Alhaji Muftau Ayobadejo, had this on his Utbah, after leading the faithful into rakat prayers to climax the Ramadan fast. Joel Popola reports.
For the first time since August 11, 2019, Muslims in Ijebu converged on the Eid ground for prayers and supplications to Almighty Allah for the successful completion of the Ramadan fast. The faithfuls who thronged the Eid ground from far and near were reminded by the chief imam of Ijebu land, Alhaji Muftau Ayobadejo, to continue to obey all the COVID-19 protocols to curtail the spread of the virus. The cleric will lead the faithfuls in 2 rakat prayers and join them to always be their brother's keeper and pray for peace, progress and development of the nation. The chief imam described the month of Ramadan as a month of sober reflection.
We should not consider fasting that has gone and has gone. It hasn't gone. The good works that we are doing to the Almighty Allah is for our benefit.
For the faithfuls, the benevolence and mutual love and respect exhibited in the month of Ramadan should continue without interruption.
But the most important thing is with the religion of your faith, in the belief and oneness of Allah. Most of the things that we observe during the month of Ramadan, they are actually the ideal way to show love to your neighbors, to your families, and be honest with yourself and with the people around you.
Faithfuls are expected to comply with all the COVID-19 protocols even as they celebrate Eid al-Fitr. In Ijebu, Joel Popola, NTA News.
And still in the spirit of Eid al-Fitr celebration in Ibadan, Muslim faithful have been urged to sustain the ideals of Ramadan with emphasis on prayers for peaceful coexistence in the country. Larry Bilay reports.
Some Muslims converged on government house praying grounds for the mandatory 2 rakat prayer, signaling the end of Ramadan. Islamic clerics, however, emphasized the need for the sustenance of every good deed by Muslim as practiced during Ramadan.
The true person who fasts month of Ramadan is he who attained the fear of Almighty Allah after this completion, and fear of Almighty Allah is total abstinence to all what he prohibited.
For you to be able to get used to doing all these good things, prayerful, obedience to Allah's don'ts and do's, and to be able to continue after Ramadan.
To show love to your partner like you like yourself.
Special prayers were offered for the nation to overcome our challenges, especially in the area of insecurity. From Ibadan, Larry Bilayi, NTA News.
In the same vein, Nigerians have an injunction act that can affect the peaceful coexistence of the country, as meaningful development will be difficult to achieve in a troubled society. Chief Imam of Ilorin, Sheikh Mohammed Bashir Soliu, gave the charge at Ilorin Eid Praying Ground during a sermon to mark this year's Eid al-Fitr celebration. Olajide Bello reports that Kwara State Governor Abdul Rahman Abdul Razak was among worshippers at the Eid prayer.
Having missed last year's Eid prayer due to the ravaging coronavirus, thousands of Muslim worshippers from the nooks and crannies of the ancient city of Ilorin converged on the Eid ground for the 1442 AH celebration. In his sermon, Chief Imam of Ilorin Sheikh Bashir Soliu called on worshippers to sustain the peace and tranquility Kwara State is known for, while emphasizing the need for citizens to stay out of trouble. Government, according to him, can only meet up with the yearnings and aspirations of the citizens when peace reigns supreme. He prayed for continued peace and progress of the state and the country as a whole. Dignitaries, including the Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak and the Emir of Ilorin Ibrahim Sulu Gambari, graced the Eid prayer. Climax of the celebration was the performance of the 2 rakat Eid prayer. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Eid al-Fitr marks the end of Ramadan and the beginning of a new month in Islamic calendar. It is a day Muslims celebrate with their loved ones and people around them through sharing and giving. In this report, Akim Jimo takes a look at the significance of the festival to faithful.
Call it a day of charity and giving to the needy as well as the less privileged. You are not making any mistake. Eid al-Fitr is a day Muslims celebrate with their family members, loved ones, and other category of people who are in need to put succor in their faces.
We should let all these lessons, the virtue, so linger long in us to practice that in all our dealings with fellow human beings. By so doing, then all our prayers will be answered. By so doing, we'll be uplifted. We are taught in the process that will be kindly, we should be faithful, and we should respect authority. We should respect our neighbors.
After Ramadan, it's time to continue to be doing our obligation to obey God, Allah's commandment. That what the Allah command us to do, we should do it, and what forbid us, we should desist from doing all those things.
After this Ramadan, we have 6 fasting that is very, very compulsory for Muslim as well. Whoever have the strength and chance to do these remaining 6 should please do it. As the world celebrates the end of Ramadan, some clerics say the significance of Eid al-Fitr to Muslims cannot be overemphasized, especially at a time the country is facing some challenges.
Anything you are going to do, whether you are Muslim or Christian, anything, you fear Allah. When you fear Allah, everything is possible for you to do.
Our going to the praying ground is to appreciate what Allah has done. There is one blessing that cannot be quantified. If you have anything to give out, when you see yourself, you give it out. And if you have to, prepare your food, distribute land.
While calling on believers to continue to uphold the lessons of Ramadan, they urged Nigerians to shun all forms of vices, sinful acts, and crime.
This is the news at 7 on NTA Abeokuta, Channel 12. More news after the break. Stay with us.
My son, calm down now.
Why did you say that, Uncle?
My uncle never buy. Uncle! Meet Andy. He has come to ask for my hand in marriage.
Good morning. Good afternoon, sir. What about good night? Have you seen a movie? What nonsense.
Son, you are in control.
No, sir. It's my parents in the village. Their vehicle says they can't be here.
Bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ṣe àǹfààní ọjọ́ ìgbẹ́ àwọn ìpè ọ̀fẹ́ àti àkíkú ìdá ìdẹ́gbẹ́ ẹ̀rí ní gbogbo ìgbà tó bá fowó sórí ẹ̀rọ ìpè rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àkíkú tó ìta ọgọ́ ìlú ìpè játa. Bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ètò ìpè àtijọ́ tó ní pọ́nlẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀jà nàkú.
Welcome back. 2021 Ramadan fast came to an end. The chief imam of Oyo, Sheikh Abdul Ghani Ajokideru, has admonished Muslim faithful to always fear Almighty Allah in their day-to-day activities to reduce societal vices culminating in insecurity bedeviling the nation. Juliana Oladejo was at the Ogunpopo Central Eid Prayer Ground where the chief imam made the plea.
In his sermon shortly after the 2 rakat prayers, the chief imam of Oyo, Sheikh Abdul Ghani Ajokideru, admonished Muslim faithful to always give thanks to Allah for His mercy and protection over them to witness this year's Ramadan fasting. He urged them to be more prayerful and move closer to Almighty Allah, who is the creator of everything on earth. Alhaji Ajokideru urged Muslims to always obey the commandments of Allah and pray to God to heal our nation. From Oyo, I am Juliana Oladejo, NTA News.
Ogun State Police Command has arrested 2 members of a robbery syndicate who specializes in snatching motorcycles in Sangota and its environs. The two suspects, Abiodun Ogundele, 23 years, and Opeyemi Olatuboso, 22 years, were arrested following a distress call received at Sango Divisional Headquarters that one Adesoji David, a motorcyclist, is being attacked at Jojo area of Sangota by armed hoodlums. A statement by the police public relations officer, Ogun State Command, Abimbola Oyeyemi, said upon distress call, the DPO Sangota, CSP Godwin Edehai, quickly mobilized his men and moved to the scene, where the two of them were arrested, while one of the hoodlums escaped. Items recovered from them are one locally made pistol, one light cartridge, one expended cartridge, and the snatched motorcycle. The Commissioner of Police, Edward Awolowo Ajogo, has in the meantime ordered the immediate transfer of the suspects to State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department for discreet investigation. And that concludes Channel 12 News Tonight. I'm Ayala Balugo. Good night.